what's going on, buddy? How's it hanging? How's it happen? Because you guys know who it is. This is Kevin from the Chord Progression Podcast. But as it rocks, rock, metal, thrive. Happy Thursday, everybody. It is... Wait. Hold up. It's July 1st already? How in the hell are we already in July in the second half of 2021? Second half of 2021? That means concerts are really fully back, and it's going to be awesome. Yeah, we did it, people. Woo! Alrighty, I got a great episode for you today that is requiring a part 2. Trust me on this one. Thank you to Sean O'Donnell for getting me connected with this band. Almost messed that up. This band is called The Rumours, and best way to describe them, straight up rock and roll. And this podcast is the shit. Literally the shit, because the band has a lot of funny stories that we talk about during the first half of this podcast, and the second half, their brand new song, their most recent song called Want Ya, we do go over quite extensively. We could have gone over more, but of course, we had to cut out short because phone battery's dying. But that means we get a part 2 somewhere down the line when their next song comes out. So get in with The Rumours now. Please welcome Daniel, Ella, and Carli to the podcast once again. And this is going to be a fun one. Trust me on that. Are you guys ready? In my radio voice, let's go! Yeah! Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of the Chord Progression Podcast, you guys know I like all things rock and metal, and when it comes to a style that is more straight up rock and roll, ooh, I've got something for you. If you guys like straight up rock and roll, check out this band's brand new song, Want Ya, which we'll be talking about during the podcast, along with a bunch of other things. So please welcome Carli, Ella, and Daniel from the band The Rumours. So all three of you, welcome to the Chord Progression Podcast.
Hello!
How is everything going on in your neck of the woods as we are shooting this?
It's good. It's finally thunderstorming. They said we were going to get thunderstorms for 3 weeks, and I have not heard one thunder, but I think it's happening finally. The news. Yay! I can't wait to drive in it.
For once, their predictions actually came true. I'm surprised. Like the weather people, like they have a job where you can be wrong most of the time and still be considered one of the best. It still doesn't make any sense
all the time,
dude. I should have that job.
Because even over here, it's like over the weekend, it's like, oh yeah, Saturday it's supposed to be, it's supposed to be okay, a little bit hot, not that bad. All of a sudden it's like, yeah, it's 90 degrees here and humid. What the hell? Saturday or Sunday, oh yeah, it's going to be that exact same way. Nope, it was raining the whole day, and all of a sudden this big swath of wind came in, and all of a sudden I'm like looking at my apartment like, okay, let's just see what the thermostat is with the windows open. It went from 75 to 60? Shit. Okay.
Started snowing.
I mean, it's the upper Midwest. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, exactly.
I was about to say, you three definitely know about that as well, because, of course, The Rumours from Iowa, based in Iowa, myself based in Wisconsin. We're neighbors. We know what the crazy weather can be during these times, but we're not here to talk about the weather. We're here to talk about music. Am I right?
Yes, queen.
Alrighty, so as we start this podcast, I always like to ask each guest 3 questions for each of you. The first 2 questions, very, very simple, very, very easy for everyone to get to know you a little bit more, get to just put some names to faces and what you do in the band. But then that third one, oh boy, this one's my favorite. It puts you on the spot a little bit, but it's always the most interesting one. So the first question is...
When did you lose your virginity?
No, but if you want to... I'd say this. No, but if you want to make that the answer to the question, you could. Not going to lie.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So the first question is, what is your name? The second question is, when it comes to Rumours, what do you do in the band? And the third question is, I want to know a little fun fact, fun, wacky, interesting story about yourself that will hopefully make me fall out of my chair, laughing hysterically, and just go nuts. Because I've heard some wacky ones in terms of, I've heard some wacky ones. Band members chloroforming each other, taking people to the beach, putting them like halfway in the sand, bearing their legs, making it look like they got cut up by sharks, bassists lighting their balls on fire, people on tour, all of a sudden, can't go to the bathroom, make a stop, so you go in a cup, you throw it out the window, comes back in through a back window, hits the drummer in the face, basically drummer gets a golden shower on the road. I've heard a bunch of wacky, crazy ones. If you guys can top any of those and make me fall out of my chair laughing, you will easily win the podcast. So whoever wants to start, take it away.
I have one.
Damn it. All right, Carli, you go.
Okay, so my name's Carli Fox.
Hi, Carli.
Hi, Carli.
Hi, I'm Carli, and I'm potentially an alcoholic. Not making fun. AA is a great program. But my name's Carli Fox. I sing in the band The Rumours, and I also play rhythm and lead guitar. Is that what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were the first two questions.
Yep.
Okay, so so this is my story. It was our first tour that we played with the band Drugs Delaney, and what year was that? 2016.
16, yeah.
2016. We've never been on the road before, so we proceeded to get drunk horribly at this festival in Durand, Illinois. And after
Jesus
our
Christ.
set, it was a great set. I loved it. It was a good time. So afterwards, we're going into one of the many bars on like the street that we were playing on. And, you know, I got to take a shit. Okay. And the women's line is literally 4 miles long. So I'm just not about that.
I was like, Carli, the men's room's open.
Yeah. And we're like, yeah, let's just do it. I was like, oh shit, I have to shit. So Arnella was like, well, I just have to pee. And I was like, it's fine. So I go into this like ice-filled bathtub that they use as the urinal. And I'm like, I'm just going to shit in it. Fuck it.
So I'm fucking, also, are we allowed to swear? I'm sorry.
Of course you're allowed to fucking swear. I fucking swear all the time on this thing. I'd rather have you be yourself instead of being some like censored fucking
I was
version.
holding the fucking door, making sure that no one came in.
And these guys are out there. And mind you, this is a biker festival. So there's these very large men with large beards that look like they could probably beat the shit out of me.
And there's like fucking 10 of them.
What are you ladies
in
doing
line?
in there? This guy opens it up and they're like, as I'm like, oh no.
I kicked the door back shut, okay? And I'm like 125 pounds and I'm like,
right? I was like, oh no, they're gonna be so mad if this poop is in here still. So I had to get like some toilet paper and like place it somewhere else. I mean, I probably drank like half of a bottle of Tito's at the time. So
I thought you left it and we just walked out. Yeah.
Maybe I didn't.
I'm like,
I don't remember any of this.
I'm like 92% sure that she just left it and we walked out of the bathroom like nothing happened, and then the next person came in and was like, what the fuck?
So that's my story.
I have a poop story as well. All right, so I'm Daniel Kluter, and I play drums. And I don't know if I even told you guys this story. It was that same tour. So, but we were in what was that place we played in Michigan on the lake there?
St. Joe's.
St. Joe's, Michigan, I suppose. So we get done playing our set. And, you know, we're all hot and sweaty and whatnot. And, you know, I had to go to the bathroom and take a piss like usual. But my asshole was also sweaty. So I go into the stall. I go into the stall and I take a piss and, you know, maintenance wipe. But I didn't sit on the toilet, right? I'm just kind of standing there and I got my pants down and I'm wiping away, right? And I look up. And some dude is looking over top. He's looking over top of the fucking whatever you call that.
The divider.
Yeah. And I'm like this, wiping. This strange man is looking over the stall at me, and then he puts his head. He sees me look at him, and then he like goes away.
What the
my god!
Why?
I'm like, oh hey, he's the one that looked. I ain't doing anything wrong.
Did you say anything to him?
No, I kept wiped through the toilet, walked out, and I walked right by him.
That's amazing.
See, I was kind of expecting you to like finish that wipe and just be like, yeah, you know what, fuck this. Incoming!
I should have threw it over top at him.
Yeah.
I know, like that.
I should have
signed it, and then
I should have chased him out of the bathroom with all my ass wipes.
Oh my God, I don't know if I can top any of these. I don't remember.
Then that was the same tour, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, so that tour really wiped us out.
Literally. We just call it the poop tour. It'll be for
tour.
the poop
Seriously?
tour.
Apparently, that's what it was.
Honestly, that's every tour.
I mean, if you want, I have a pee story, but damn, this is.
Oh, what about when we got hung up in the blizzard?
I know, that's what I'm
yeah.
thinking.
When you and
All right, let's go with it. I'm here for this.
Man loves to pee and poop like toddlers.
we got hung up in that blizzard.
Oh, we were what?
Wait, what's
Where
your name?
were
What
we
do you
going?
do?
Oh yeah, I'm Ella. Hi, Ella.
Hi, Ella.
And I played bass, and one time, where the hell were we going?
I remember it
Beacon,
was
Illinois.
yeah, it was
We
from
were going-
Chicago to
Chicago
To
to
Peoria.
Illinois.
Bob Lum
We got
Yeah.
stuck in traffic in a blizzard. And I mean, there was a bunch of cars on the highway. It was insane. So we were sitting there for probably a good hour or so,
Oh, yeah,
maybe more than
please.
that.
maybe
yeah.
more. And of course, like we had to fucking pee. Like there's nowhere to go. So we each kind of get out. Actually, I was like the last one to get out. I finally get out, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, this trucker! There's a trucker back there." I'm like, "What
Right.
trucker?"
parked
Like,
right behind us.
I'm like, "I love
And
truckers."
he's like up here.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, I love truckers. I'm gonna go pee just because specifically there's a trucker. So I get out, drop my pants, and I think Natalie was trying to be
Yeah.
discreet.
Right, she had like a
She
a
was
blanket up or
trying to be so
something.
discreet with a towel, and I just go out there full force, pull my pants down. I stared at this trucker dead in the eye, and I start peeing and nodding my head like, yeah. And we did not lose that eye contact. We literally just kept staring at each other, and I pulled up my pants and went, yep. And then I go inside.
The trucker probably was thinking, done that before. I know what's happening. All right.
It's just, I mean, he didn't look away once. He did not break that contact.
I feel like he's on a podcast right now talking about the same story.
So was the guy that looked over top of the stall down at
Right?
me.
Honestly, I've got a feeling I'm gonna end up having to search different podcasts after this. We record this episode because I'm gonna try and find like, okay, is there a podcast that just talks about poop and pee and other different like bowel movements and different stories, and then other people just like bring it on. But then I'm pretty sure if I do that, it's just gonna refer me back to a podcast I recently shot as well because there's another band. I don't know what it was about. What it is about poop? It's just poop is funny, so you just gotta roll with it.
It is funny.
I'll say if you got to
I can't stop laughing.
I'll say we got to a point where, because here in Milwaukee, I've got one of my best friend. He's friends with a bunch of different other people, but he knows this guy that literally owns a freaking warehouse. That's where he lives. And he'll just go around collecting a bunch of random stuff, and he'll collect a bunch of like toilets that people are throwing out just for the shit of it. And he's like, okay, I'm like, what do you do with these toilets? We take them up to the roof and we throw them off.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I ever get a chance to have a band that talks about poop and pee and shit on the podcast, if they come by me and like, if we get a chance, like, hey, let's go by that guy's warehouse, let's throw some toilets off the roof. I feel like I'm gonna have to extend that invite after this one. Like, if it happens, like, it's gonna end up happening. Like, if I find out that the Rumours are coming to Milwaukee, be like, okay, I gotta see if I can find a way. Okay,
Yeah.
text my best friend, be like,
Yeah.
hey, can we get this guy to like, hey, this band is coming, and they want to throw toilets off the roof. Let's make it happen, dude.
All right.
We actually have a photo of us in a bathroom on the toilet, so that's pretty funny.
Right?
Guess who the pooper was? Me.
It was funny. The photographer was like, "You can get your pants off a little bit more than that."
He's wiping in it.
He's like,
When am I not wiping?
"Yeah, that's true."
I mean,
Why
it
are
seems
we
like your
obsessed
natural
with this?
state.
I
of
don't
mind.
know. What else is there to talk about? Shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of other things to talk about, but honestly, this is one of the more intriguing, like, intro stories of 3 people I've ever heard, just because it's wacky, it's random, but it's just funny as all hell. I mean, come on, poop is funny. When it comes to making promo videos for this episode, I've already had to do different things with poop. I'm not sure I can use Randy Marsh in South Park with the poop record anymore. I meant to find something else. I can't find something else literally a couple weeks later. This is nuts. This is insane. It's like, this is the shit.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally, but honestly, I mean, this is absolutely insane. So hopefully, we can maybe circle back to who the hell knows. But of course, we're always here to talk about the music with you as well. Not to really shy away from the shit, but I also want to talk about the music as well. So I got to ask, when it came to, of course, we saw the pandemic happen. We saw the shutdown happen in 2020. Every single band was affected with everything. What happened with the Rumours? How were you guys affected when it came to all of a sudden March 2020? Okay, no one can tour anymore. We all have to be locked in our houses. And we're all like, let me the fuck out of here. Because especially for me, I'm like, guys, I need live shows. I miss them. I need my concert family. I need to get back in those crazy shows where all of a sudden, I'm getting bounced around the pit, and all of a sudden if I start bleeding, I'm like, woo, this is awesome.
Right? Adrenaline.
You definitely see a change in people with that whole year. Like even coming back to live music, it's a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like people are really excited, obviously, about it.
I think that people appreciate live music even more now because of that whole year of not being able to go.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm that same way where I'm seeing all of a sudden, like for myself, I'm starting to see different shows pop up left and right. And I'm like,
yeah,
I must buy tickets. And my bank account is saying, Kevin, stop this right now. You're spending too much money. And then I'm like, no, I make the decisions. Buy.
Right. I'm the captain now.
I know.
Pretty much.
Like, I mean, even before, if we didn't know a band, we still want to go. But now it's like, you want to go even more. You don't even care who's playing.
Right.
You just want to go. Like,
oh my God. We made the wise decision to put a record out, like a whole ass vinyl and everything.
March 19th.
I know, right before the shutdown.
The week everything got shut down is when our album comes out.
Right.
So we were going to go on tours. We were with this new album, and then bam,
Right.
didn't happen.
Yeah, it was kind of shitty.
I see what you did there. Yeah, but I will say this. You are not the only band that happened to, because there's other bands I've had in the podcast that happened to. I recently got talked with Mixie from Stitch It Apart, and they released their album in 2020 the week before you did, on March 12th. So it's like, okay, now everything's shutting down. And you saw a bunch of other bands that released stuff in like April. Because I remember it was August Burns Red released something. In This Moment released something. The band Red released something. Trivium released something at the end of April in 2020. There are so many bands that were releasing stuff at that time as well. It's like, yeah, it sucks that you release it at this time where it can't go on tour and support it. But honestly, at that point in time, everyone was looking for something new because we're all locked in our houses again, yelling, get me the fuck out of here. God damn it. I want to go out and go see, like, hang out, go see live shows. For myself, I want to get into a freaking mosh pit and go nuts. But like, I what is going to be coming my way? And all of a sudden I'm looking like, okay, here's more new music coming my way. It's like, come on, keep it coming. Keep it coming. I want it. I want it all.
Right? There were so many bands in like quarantine that I like found out about, or like I was kind of a fan of, but now I'm a huge fan of because I got to spend the time like listening to music, because what the fuck else are you going to do?
Yeah.
Like, which bands did you really get into during that time?
Amel and the Snippers.
I knew you were going to say it.
Have you heard of them?
I have not.
They're from Australia, and they're a 4-piece, well, like 3-piece band. Singer Amy is her name, but it's like Amel, like AMYL, and the Sniffers. So it's awesome. They're amazing. They're just like a punk band that fucking kicks ass. She reminds me,
very energetic,
right? She reminds me of like Iggy Pop and Cherie Currie and Bon Scott all in one.
Damn.
So I would highly recommend it. I'm like, hey guys, you want to listen to Amel and the Snippers and the band?
I'd never heard of them before, but she started playing and I was like, hell yeah. This is fuck yeah. We didn't we do a photo shoot and we turned them on during the photo shoot?
Shoot, now I'm gonna have to check them out after this. And for some random reason, I've had some rather good success with getting bands from Australia on the podcast. So giving me ideas now.
Oh. Yes, if you get them on, tell them that I love them so much.
Well, if I get them on in the intro of the whole entire thing, I will always be like, yeah, it will be, oh shoot, where the hell did the video go on this one? Oh, there we go.
My phone is a bitch, and it's like 20% battery, so...
Don't worry, I had the same thing. I've had the same thing happen to me plenty of times on these episodes. So also it's like, oh yeah, battery, man. It's like, we'll figure out when it gets down low and then we'll plug it in or something. We'll just keep going from there.
Right.
But like, yeah, I'll be like, okay, so how the hell did I find out about this band? Yeah, it was Carli from the band The Rumours that told me about this band. They'd be like, who the hell are those? I'm like, oh, check them out because they love you. And all of a sudden they're going to check you out. Next thing you know, all of a sudden they're going to invite you over to Australia. It's like, yeah, we're doing a little run in Australia. You want to come and join us on there? You're just going to be like, yes.
Yes. That's all I want.
Well, it looks like I'm going to have to help and make that happen somehow. I don't know, but I've had weirder things happen on the podcast as well, getting people connected with other people. So might work.
Hell yeah. My
Never know. Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, again, I gotta go back to the fact that, again, it does suck that your album came out like right as everything was shutting down. But in the end, you never know. Sometimes it could be for the positive in the long run. You never know what might happen because you release it and all of a sudden you never know, okay, everything's shut down. A lot more people might be able to get a chance to listen to it because, hell, I'll put it this way. There's only enough stuff on Netflix during that time that we could watch before we got bored. It's like, okay, let's watch Tiger King. What next? Are you going to watch The Office for the 79th
right.
time?
Yeah, everybody.
I forgot about that.
Everybody was watching that.
Carol Baskins.
I forgot about that.
Dude,
I
who's
could-
your favorite character? Who's your favorite character on
And
Tiger King?
I didn't even watch it.
You didn't watch it? How you
What?
I tried to get into it, but
How are you about to be talking about this without watching it? No.
Well, because I didn't watch it because during the time, like, okay, everything's getting shut down. What the hell's going on here? I'm like, well, what am I gonna do? A lot of bands are gonna be not touring anymore. They might be looking for something to do. Hey, I'm here. That's kind of what I was looking at. And then also I was like, okay, what am I gonna end up watching? Because nothing else going on. And I'm like, I'm not gonna watch anything. It was just for me. It was just, all right, new music's coming out. Let's just keep this coming. Oh shoot, I just completely whacked my mic on that one, but I'm like, just keep it coming. I want all the new music because it was something new. It was something insane. All of a sudden, because
I almost hit my face with my necklace, so if it makes you feel any better.
Don't worry, I've completely knocked out the camera during one of these podcasts because I smacked my face on the table I have for some random reason, and I was struggling to get back on for like 5 minutes because I'm like, okay, let's connect it here. Okay, this ain't working. All right, let's try this one. Nope, it ain't working. Okay, let's pull out this extra like extender like adapter I have, plug it in here. Okay, now my other camera's working, but not the one I'm supposed to be using. It's happened before. Anything can happen on these podcasts. I've had someone where we were recording and their phone blew up in their hand.
What? Like spontaneous combustion?
Wait, I'm not supposed to laugh, am I?
No, you can laugh because it was, fortunately enough, like we had stopped recording at that point, and all of a sudden the guy's like, yeah, my phone keeps giving me those overheating and it was just like dumb, like, what the hell happened? I got a message an hour later. He's like,
was
dude, I had to
it a
send this from
Note 8?
it might have been.
They blew up.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It might have been. I don't know, but it was just one of the funnier things. He's like, yeah, my phone literally blew up in my hand. I was like, okay, that's actually kind of funny. I'm like, I hope you're not hurt. I hope you didn't get like glass shards in your eye, but still, that's kind of funny. Where all of a sudden now I can say that your phone literally blew up in your hand while we were like after the podcast.
That's crazy.
The episode was straight fire, yo. That's the
So
best way to
fun
describe
fact. Arnella knows shit about phones because she used to work at Best Buy and you sold phones, but
You swore you wouldn't tell.
didn't you quit your job because they wouldn't let you play
Do
a show?
it. They
or something?
wouldn't let us go on tour when we were going to Texas. I put in my request
They wouldn't let us go.
the same time as this other dude. He was also in a band that were, by the way, there's a lot of people working like for Best Buy that are in bands. I don't know why. But
It's a place to
anyway,
be.
he put in his request to go on tour and I put in my request to go on tour, and it happened to be around the same freaking time. And of course, mine gets denied, but his doesn't.
That's when we pulled up in the van and trailer.
And-
We're like, Ella, hop in.
And
let's
I
go.
literally, when I took a look at, it said like, my request is denied. I'm like, no, fuck this. No, I'm not doing this. And I get up from my seat and I go, fuck you, I'm leaving. And I just walk out of Best Buy and everyone's like, and like customers too, they're like, yeah, like, I don't know why, but yeah.
So you start hearing the slow claps start coming up. It's like, yeah, let's go. Woo!
They had no idea why. I could have made a huge speech and been very dramatic, but I was like, you know what? Fuck this.
You
And
know
I
what,
just left.
Dave? Your hair looks bad. You should have let me go on tour.
Yep. And his phone blew up in his hand.
Yeah.
You would have to be holding a
That
Note
was
8 at
not
that point,
fucking
though.
Fun. They made me work overtime returning those phones. It was
Really?
so stupid. I was like, wait, you want me to handle this phone that's blowing up on people? No.
Bullshit.
It's like just for that they're gonna have to give you like fireproof gloves to work with, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
like this giant plexiglass shield in front of your face. Like, okay, gotta put it in the box. What happens if it blows up? Well, At least if it goes towards my face, it's gonna hit the glass instead. But no, we're gonna play like phone Russian roulette here. Where is it gonna blow up? Is it not gonna blow up? I don't know.
Seriously, I mean, there was people like there was a man in Florida that I don't think it really blew up his car. I think he did that for insurance. But there was some guy that fucking said he said he left his Samsung Note 8 in his car and then it exploded his entire car. But he actually like put gas in his car and exploded it himself.
I like the Note 8 part better.
They're like, well, we found the phone inside.
And they obviously were like, no, this is arson.
It's like, nah, my phone. The fact of the matter is, if you take a look at any other state in the U.S., it's like, yeah, that probably wouldn't be like taken as serious. Like, yeah, that could have happened, but it happened in Florida. It's like Florida man blows up car with his cell phone. It's like that actually seems like it would be a headline that would make sense. I mean, like,
yeah, so it was crazy. Like people would fucking start returning these and go, well, I almost exploded.
It's like it almost exploded. What happened? You hit the wrong app, and all of a sudden it freaked out. You thought it was gonna explode in your hand. Like, oh my god, it's gonna blow! Just like chuck it like a grenade. Ah, run! Just run the opposite direction. And all of a sudden you're just looking at it. Is it doing anything?
I swear they were looking at me like it's my fault. I'm like, I just work here,
right?
It's like I didn't make the phone. I didn't make the
like,
battery.
What do you want me to do? I didn't make it.
Right.
It's like what? Just like what? I don't know what you want me to do here, man. I mean, I'm just here handling returns. I want you to fix this right now. I don't know what the hell. Like,
yeah, I'm like I'm just counting the hours till I can get off and go play in the band. Like, it's fine.
Until the time comes when they deny your vacation request and you just say, you know what? Fuck this. I'm out of here. It's like kind of like the scene from Half-Life. It's like,
it's just
all right.
such bullshit. Like, you know, and what do you even have PTO hours for? Did you fart?
No, I said
that's what she said too.
I thought you really went, I farted.
I was like, what? Please do.
They would know. I wouldn't have to say anything. They'd be like, Carli, like, no.
Carli's the farter in the band.
It's true.
I'm the pooper.
I'm constantly hungry.
You see, we're going back to poop again.
Yeah.
So we've got hungry, farty, and poopy, all in the band together. Okay, when it comes like when we told the interesting stories again, the fact that one of them, like all of them happen like on the road, it makes total sense. I assume that when it comes to you guys getting back out on the road, going nuts, touring all over the place, the story's just going to keep piling up, and it's going to be like the craziest tour of all time, just because every single story is going to end up being like, okay, what do we do this day? Well, Daniel ended up taking a shit somewhere, and things just went awry. It's like, okay, what happened the next day? We had to fumigate the van because, Carli. All of a sudden, what happened the next day? There's just wrappers everywhere. There's just like food things everywhere. Ella got hungry, and we just had to let it happen.
You try being 5 months pregnant, okay?
I eat like that though, and I'm not pregnant.
I was gonna say I probably used to eat like that. Now I'm just like, oh, we'll see what I enjoy here. Okay, let's have a little bit of this. Next thing I know, I'm like, okay, I definitely ate way too much. Like, how much? Is 3 steaks too much? Yeah. Oh, okay. My bad, guys. I'll be sitting over here in a food coma for like 3 hours. Night.
Dude, I mean, waking up on tour, like, there's always that one that does not want to be waking up. You're like, no, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me at all. And then I go, I'm hungry. And then Daniel just goes, yeah, Daniel wakes up and goes, fuck. And then,
right?
Where's my coffee at?
Literally.
Yep.
Well, no, I mean, it makes sense if you're the pooper too, because coffee, it'll just go right through. It'll just clean you right out, man.
That's true. How long does it take for you to sip a coffee, or do you have to drink a whole cup before you have to shit?
Coffee doesn't seem to trigger it for me.
Oh my God.
I know that's a thing for a lot of people.
As soon as I have
that
caffeine,
sidecar, just shit my brains out.
I have a cigarette, and I'm like, just kidding. I'm not smoking this because I have to go to the bathroom now. Throw it out.
just get rid of it. It's like, no, go, done. Ah!
And then there's pre-show shits.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm the
that's
worst at that.
Daniel.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
what.
yeah.
That's, I mean, you might get a little bit of nervousness, and that happens to a lot of people. Where all of a sudden it's like, okay, we're ready to go on stage. Like, a little nervous. Up, gotta go. Yeah.
How long do we got?
Yes,
5
seriously.
minutes. Okay, I'm gonna do this in 5 minutes. Let's go.
We played this bowling alley in Ohio, and like as we were sound checking, I left to go shit because I was like, I have to shit so bad. I'm gonna poop on this stage. You lost your voice. I think that's why I was so nervous because I had to help sing, and I'm like, oh, I'm nervous. And I love this shit.
Oh dear God! I hopefully made it back in time for the show. It's like all of a sudden it's like, okay, we're ready to go on. Where is everybody? Yeah. They're doing their thing right now. What's their thing?
They're playing in the bathroom.
Right? Everybody congregate towards the bathroom.
I'm actually like the fastest pooper ever.
It takes 2 seconds.
It literally just as soon like 30 seconds, and then I'm like, cool, I'm good. Let's go.
Lucky. There's a lot of us out there. It's like you guys in there. It's like, okay, let's just wait for this to come. Especially being in Wisconsin, you know, cheese is king, and it's just cheese will clog you up. I'm just like, okay, here we go. All of a sudden, fire starts like, okay,
rip.
let's do this. Like you gotta like pump yourself up just to do it at times. It gets bad.
Right? Sometimes I have to like make myself nervous, like if I'm not positive if it's time or not. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, what if? Oh my God! What if your boyfriend broke up with you? Oh my God! What if the band
You
breaks down?
deliberately do that?
Just in case I get
No
nervous.
wonder you have so much anxiety. What the fuck?
Let it out. Let it out.
Right.
Let it out.
Takes more than a pep talk.
Oh my God.
It takes literally scaring the shit out of you with anxiety. Just like, okay, done,
Yes.
good to go.
Right?
Let's-
God. And now I need a therapist. So
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what music is for. It's like its own form of therapy. You just need to relax, you need to get some emotions out. Boom, that's where music comes in.
Well,
and then you don't gotta
you know,
pay
if you get-
up the ass for therapy.
if you get stoned enough, Jimi Hendrix will talk to you. Or
Shoot,
you think so anyway.
I'd say I have to try that, but I just don't partake in that. I would definitely be the one just be like, get drunk, watch Willy's Wonderland, watch Nick Cage beat the shit out of a bunch of animatronic Chuck E. Cheese characters and just enjoy the hell out of it. Just forget everything ever happened.
Wait, what movie?
It's called Willy's Wonderland.
Willy's
I've never
Wonderland.
seen it.
Nicolas Cage beats up Chuck E. Cheese.
He has some weird movies.
I've-
Like, have you seen Mandy? That's a weird one.
Surprisingly, no. I've seen a lot of Nick Cage movies. I don't know why. Like during the pandemic, I went on like a Nick Cage just binge because his acting just so over the top. It's hilarious no matter what situation he's in.
I just don't think he's a good actor at all. But then there's like these weird movies. It's like, well, I have to look at it. I gotta watch it because it's so weird. But then he ruins it for me. I don't know.
Oh, don't worry. Willy's Wonderland is probably like the perfect style because it's basically he doesn't do anything in the movie but like just destroy animatronic Chuck E. Cheese characters and scream the whole time. It is perfect for Nick Cage.
It does sound really familiar.
Well, now we're gonna go home and watch that.
Yeah, is it on Hulu or Netflix? Do you know?
I don't remember. I'm pretty sure. Like, I think you can get it on YouTube. Honestly.
Oh, one of those.
It was-
Where you have to like
You're
watch
doing
it in a little corner and there's like little things bouncing in the background. Oh.
I mean, I think that's where I watched it, but then again, I don't really remember because I was probably like 8 or 9 beers deep, and I'm like, okay, let's put this fucking thing on, and then I proceeded to have like 6 or 7 more, and I'm just sitting on my couch like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but this is funny shit.
Sounds like you can keep up with Daniel.
At points, yes. At points, no. Like during the pandemic, like during the quarantine, like I got back to my like college level drinking where it's like, okay, 5 nights a week, I can knock down a 12-pack easy. Hell, I remember there were days where all of a sudden it's like, okay, here's a case. You got to drink that throughout the whole entire day. Have fun. I'm like, okay, this is easy. All of a sudden, it's like start, and I wouldn't even start like in the morning too. It's like, okay, it's like everyone's up at like 6. So I'm like, okay, I'll get up. I'll go get my thing at like 9 in the morning. I'll make myself breakfast, and I'm done before everyone's done at like 11 p.m. Like, okay, I'm good. That was like 5 years ago though. Now I'm like, I don't even know how the fuck I'd pull that off. It'd take a while, but me and beer, we go together real nicely. But then again, I was born in a city where beer is basically the it's like water.
Yeah, well, that's true. You are, is it Wisconsinite or Wisconsinian?
Wisconsinite.
All right.
Wisconsinian just sounds weird.
It sounds like a weird like Disney Channel show that wasn't funny.
You're watching Disney Channel. Up next,
Low-budget
Wisconsinian.
one.
Starring some other Disney star that you'll probably find in some really, really, really questionable films over the next 5 years.
Yes, exactly.
The plight of the curse of Disney Channel. Dun,
Wait,
dun,
wasn't
dun.
Amanda Bynes in that one? No, I'm just kidding. No offense. I think she's doing well.
Well,
I don't even know how
hope
she's doing anymore.
She's like recovering so many times.
I hope so.
I think so.
Maybe she'll come to our Milwaukee show.
Hey, we'll invite her. You never know.
Right? Okay. Actually, let's just not tell. Can we cut this part? No, I'm just kidding.
Too late.
I mean, I can if you really want me to.
No, it's okay.
All right. Well, how about this? Because we've talked a lot of good shit recently. Yes, I had to put it in there. The fact of the matter is you got a brand new song called Want Ya out, and I feel like we got to talk about it at least a little bit because, well, it's brand new. Let's get people into this bad boy.
Hell yeah.
All right, so first question I always ask when it comes to these songs is because I always do different deep dives into these songs like this, especially like, okay, I'm a podcast guest from reviewing something. I want to go as deep as possible that I can for myself so I can fully understand the song, fully understand where everything's going, see how everything flows, and really get a full feel for it. And for myself, I always start out with, okay, what's this song kind of have the feel of, the vibe of, what's the meaning of the song in a way? And I've got my idea written down of what I thought it was about, but I got to ask you, when it came to writing this song, what was the overall theme behind Want Ya?
I want to know what your idea is.
Yeah, you go first.
That usually actually happens, and I'm more than happy. So I got to take a look, turn right here because I got to look at a different screen with my whole entire note sheet right here. And I said, the meaning, I mean, honestly, because I was trying to figure it out along with the music video, and I kind of got taken for a little bit of a ride and was trying to figure out what it was about. Because the meaning, I don't know. I think about how our primal sexual desires at times drive us to do things based off of pleasures that it brings us. I thought it initially was going to be about just that, but then it also has this duality if you watch the whole music video. When you see the lady stab some guy to death, Patrick Bateman, American Psycho style, adds onto that where your desires can get you into trouble. Basically, sum it up, think before you act on your urges.
That's a very
I like
detailed.
that.
Yeah, I guess that could be maybe
That.
in my subconscious. Maybe that's what it is.
Because it doesn't. So there was some parts because you've seen the video then.
Absolutely.
Okay, so there's parts where I feel like he didn't capture cleaning the knives and stuff to make it obvious what we were trying to do with him.
Right.
But it turned out to be a good thing because it comes off exactly like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, he was. Should we just say what our original plot was with that?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
because and not only that, but you can see where you were thinking about it, but then as myself, where I was thinking about it, because in life, all four of us have gone through different experiences. So how our experience in life has taken us is how we're going to end up seeing certain of these songs. And of course, the base and the core of the meaning is usually going to be the same. But as we get to the specifics behind it, what we think, of course, there's going to be different aspects in our life that kind of come into play that influence what we think because we're connecting with our own lives. We're connecting with it emotionally to really get a fuller understanding of what we're listening to.
Right. I guess to be honest with you, I had literally, quarantine was hard and I had no inspiration because I was like, man, my music career is over. We're never going to get out of this. So much for playing guitar.
It was so dramatic.
But, so basically I sat around and watched the show Dexter the entire time. And I was secretly in love with Michael C. Hall. Sorry, boyfriend. So I was like, I'm going to write a song about that motherfucker. So, and then I was like, it'd be even more interesting if we made it a serial killer music video. And I was like, okay, let's write around this. And so, yeah, Michael C. Hall, I love you. This is for you.
It does have a very American Psycho vibe to it as well, which I fucking love the movie.
Yeah.
It's awesome. But when we were putting it together, we were trying to make clear that the actor was he was like Dexter, who was trying to pick out his next victim. But I feel like it didn't get quite filmed that way. Like, but that's not a bad thing because I like how you're viewing it. That honestly makes more sense to me watching it than what we were trying to do.
Yes, exactly.
But again, like when it came to like that overall like end goal thing where it's like I saw the whole entire serial killer thing happen with like basically, fully going knives, basically kind of brought back good old memories of Christian Bale as Patrick Bateman literally hacking the shit out of Jared Leto with an axe. And I always find that hilarious too because, well, who wouldn't?
A big axe.
I know, right?
But like it kind of also brought some like the Psycho style in there as well because you're going full knife like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were laughing.
The slow motion
Dude,
stuff.
we were laughing our asses off. Like, and then we were like, you know what? It would be funny if we were laughing and doing this. Let's just keep laughing.
Right? Oh my God.
Oh
No. But it just. I'll say it does definitely add to just like this crazy more moniker because I was not expecting that to happen whatsoever going through it because watching like the actor you had in the video, I'm like the guy's like flipping through pictures and all of a sudden I'm starting to see his phone like he's rubbing all over his dick at times. So I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And that's where I was thinking about like, okay, I feel like this guy might be like, just like, okay, might be in a relationship, like, you're swiping on all these different girls, like seeing something like, oh my God, I want to go after this one, going after all those different sexual desires and urges that you have. But then I'm like, okay, is that where this is going to go? Because it kind of feels like it could go that way. But then all of a sudden, seeing you drag this guy out of that apartment and then literally hack him to death, Patrick Bateman style, I'm thinking, oh shit, this went in a completely different direction than I was expecting. Like, they went from like, okay, this could be something about like, okay, this might be like, because especially the color scheme too, rather like light and vibrant, which I was not expecting for a style like that, because when it comes to more of those like horror tropes in music, I'm used to much more like darker tone, darker style, pretty much because I'm a huge Ice Nine Kills fan. So I'm always kind of like thinking about that as well. But like when I saw, I'm like, this is completely different. But when you look at American Psycho as well, especially during different scenes, the tone, like the color scheme is rather light. Again, take a look at the scene when when Patrick Bateman kills Paul Allen. It's all like a white room. It's different.
They hide in plain sight,
Yes.
like
Absolutely.
Serial killers and I don't know, pedophiles, perverts, like
weird guys.
it's always who you think would be just normal, but then there's something wrong with them. So, like I feel like it captures that, like, hey, you never know.
And I guess another thing that I would like to tag that in is like, I guess as a female, I guess as a girl, whatever, you deal with people like that. So that's kind of our way of saying, fuck you, you're not going to do that to us.
Yeah. That's what will happen.
Yeah.
You will get drug out and stabbed to death.
I do have a fucking knife on me at most times, so
yes. No, but yeah.
But it does make sense too, because it does kind of have a little bit of that like take back some power kind of thing, where of course you're literally dragging the guy out of there and then hacking him to death and then laughing hysterically about it. But again, it just adds to that whole entire trope, because when you're saying hiding in plain sight, again, I keep going back to American Psycho again with that scene as well, where Christian Bale's killing Jared Leto with a freaking axe. Yeah. It's the whole entire time, like, he's going through that whole entire, like, smooth Huey Lewis and the news thing. And then Hackman goes, try getting a Dorsey now, you fucking bastard. And he's just having a great time doing it. And then all of a sudden he stops and you just see all the blood on his face. And it's just like, it's not like he's, like, regretting what he did. It's just like, that was tiring.
Dude, yes, it was tiring.
It was.
Yeah, because
it was a lot.
Pretending to kill someone is more exhausting, I think.
I didn't work out that day, but I ended up working out that day, so it worked.
I had my freaking COVID vaccine, and it was killing my arm the whole time, and I was like, I'm like, this really hurts my arm, but this is funny because I'm killing my husband.
That's where all the blood came from. The COVID shot.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, so you made.
Oh yeah, fun fact, the actor is my husband.
I'll say, well, if you ever wanted like ever had like weird twisted fantasy, like you ever had to like, I just want to fucking kill you at this moment. Like, I'm just so mad. It's like, okay, I actually kind of did that in that video. You can always refer to be like, yeah, that happened.
It was pretty funny. Everyone was like, yeah, I bet you were just waiting to be able to do that.
But like, sometimes, yes, you know, why not?
Right?
But even jumping a little bit deeper into the song as well, because that was only just the meaning of the song as well. Of course, there's a whole sound behind this song as well. And because I didn't really know much about your music before jumping into the song, I'm like, okay, I got to go on this like more, you just like see what happens, open mind, because when it comes to listening to music, I'm a big proponent of if you don't know a band up to that point, it's like, okay, don't just listen to one song, like listen to a song. If you like it or if you don't like it, great. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, don't just write off the band at that moment. Just keep going that discography because you might find something you like. Just get to know it because in the age that we're living in, like, you know, Spotify, YouTube, where it's like, okay, you just stream everything. For some people, like, they don't like anything in the first 10 seconds. They just write off a band completely. And that's just not good because you could be missing out on something absolutely incredible. With Want You, though, I was definitely on the first part of it. I'm like, alrighty, let's listen to this. All right, listen to it. Okay, I'm in. We're good. Let's keep going.
All right.
Yay.
So I got to ask, because when I listened to this one, it definitely had a little bit of an interesting style to it, because right from the get-go, I'm taking a look at my notes for this so I don't fuck this up, because it started out this like consistent pounding hard rock drum beat until we got the guitars come and play more of that classic higher pitched guitar tone to create more of this like classic kind of hard rock feel. Not the craziest thing in the world that I've ever seen, because of course I've seen like in music a bunch of crazy shit that's happened. But the simplicity of this part of the song really sets the tone for this like classic hard rock sound, kind of 70s, 80s inspired at the same time, bringing back those tropes of like the sex, drugs, and rock and roll feel. So again, when I thought about that meaning, kind of like using like the sexual desires thing, bringing back some of that feel of like this is like a sex, drugs, rock and roll kind of feel, it really kind of opened up the song and really fit into that motto perfectly with the meaning in terms of even where it was going to go further on as well. If you watch the music video, it really starts to like funnel in perfectly right through the intro.
Hell yeah. I'm about that. Thank you.
I mean, there was definitely something that I enjoyed. So I was like, was this something that when it came to this song, you kind of went more towards that just like classic kind of hard rock driving vibe to it? Or what was kind of the inspiration behind writing this whole entire song in terms of an instrumental standpoint?
It was actually a lot slower originally, and then we sped it up.
I think our Ella came in with a little bass line, and we just
I was like, you guys, I like this, and then
we just built the song around it.
Just kind of happens where someone will have an idea, and then the other person starts to jump in, and then and then we create something that's like, oh, I have lyrics for this, and bam,
yes.
But it was a lot slower originally, and then I think it was Daniel that was like,
the
lot cooler, it feels faster.
The demo was just dragging ass. I'm like, let's speed this fucker up.
I mean, I think it was still like, it was like sexy still, but like it's a lot better sped up for sure.
Yeah, there's some groove in there. When when
how dare you use my full name?
So it kind of, when she was playing, it kind of gave me like Green Onions vibes. You know that blues song?
Or like Danzig.
Oh yeah. Vibes for sure.
Oh,
so there was like some blues element to it to begin with, and then and I just like always want a guitar tone that's like as close to Joan Jett's as I can possibly get, but still my own. So that explains the guitar tone anyway.
Then that does make a lot of sense as well. But I'm be curious to hear what it was like to have this song initially be a little bit of a slower vibe, because I've kind of messed around with that a little bit with different artists when it comes to just like, okay, working with different songs, kind of looking to see how I can include them in different like promo videos that I do for the podcast. Because when I did one with, who was it? When I did one with Diamante, I was looking to do something like speed up a part of her song because I thought it'd be a lot like I was interested to see kind of like, okay, let's fit this in here. I sped it up a little bit. I'm like, I can't use this because all of a sudden, every time if I speed up a full thing, the pacing will change, but the vocals will always get like squeaky Alvin the Chipmunks. I'm like, okay, I can't use that. It'll happen to everybody. But it was really weird. I'm like, I like this one song the way it is, but literally if I speed this up by maybe 50%, it literally sounds like this could be like one hell of a pop punk track. So I'd be kind of curious to see what happens. Like if I listen to this song with Want Ya and all of a sudden like listen to the original kind of slower vibe that it originally had, see how that would have come off. But honestly, that faster vibe, it really brought forward some of that groove, that sex, drugs, rock and roll feel to the whole entire song, in my opinion. So even without hearing this original slower idea, this more faster pace kind of style seems like it really worked out.
I'm happy with the
yeah.
the tempo. Except I feel like we kind of played it slow tonight. We have to have a whole band discussion now.
Probably because live we've been playing it even faster.
Please excuse us.
I know. So once we get on stage, we're like on the fast rock and roll train. We're like,
I know.
oh shit, our set was 30 minutes. No, it's supposed to be an hour. Just kidding. That's drastic, but you know what I mean.
I feel like we always play faster live. It's like we're just trying to get through it.
Right.
Adrenaline.
Blood, sweat.
Because it's not like you have a giant timer that's in front of you and it's like, hey, you're going over your set or you're not going over your set or whatever.
Right.
So we're like,
fuck it.
Let's just play fast.
You're right. And when you said when you've got a giant timer, I thought you were about to say a giant vagina. Like, well, I
love giant vaginas in my face.
Hey.
Definitely not the first.
Whoops, sorry. I had to check. Okay, my phone's on 5%, and I a dumbass that didn't bring a charger.
Oh, I don't have one either.
Oh no. So we're gonna have to close this one out early.
I'm a bitch.
Okay. The Rumours part 2.
That can always happen. That can happen.
You could like put it together somehow.
I don't think my charger will work for you.
No, it won't. You have like an Android.
Well, we want to record another song soon and put that out sometime in the summer or fall, so we could reschedule with one of those perhaps.
We can always make it a part 2. That's very easy to do. I'll just do a quick run through while I have the time of the song so everyone kind of gets a little bit of a feel for it, because in my opinion, in the verses we got a little bit of that similar feel with the drum beat, the guitars really filling out the end of each other measure, and then having this one long note really take over the rest of those two measures, keeping that hard rock tone with the drumming going forward. So it does make a lot of sense, especially after the intro. Honestly, for me, with the power of this verse, it'll depend upon how the chorus goes, see if that contrast really works with the strings, especially. And I'm like, okay, transition, verse, chorus with the same drum beat and the guitar really taking more of a full feel here. It's like, okay, we're really starting to grow on this. Then the chorus, we get the guitar and bass to play together with more of this consistent flow and almost on beat with the backing drumming that really hasn't changed up all too much. The guitar being more focused on here does give that contrast here. It's not the largest contrast. However, the song is looking to amplify the vocals here. So we will have to take a look, especially at the vocals in this one, to see how this worked out. And when I got to the vocals, in the verse of Carli, your vocals, in my opinion, use more of this like classic female hard rock voice that has both the hard rock and intriguing tone to it. Like a little bit of a nasally style to it, but it's not the cleanest thing in the world, but it has this rock backing behind it, which really brings out more of the power behind the classic rock feel. It really lets the vocals go into the chorus with more of this more hard rock kind of drive, really being the selling point for the song and the band as a whole. In the chorus, vocals get more of that hard rock tone. Kind of has like this Lizzie Hale inspiration, but also has like this kind of flow and feel like potential Joan Jett, maybe even some Janis Joplin infusion in there as well. And this mix really makes this stand out within both styles, because taking a look at Janis Joplin from the different era, bring more of the straightforward rock style that the Rumours have here, really works well with more of that classic feel. But with it being 2021, more of that Lizzie Hale sounding sex, drugs, rock and roll style makes this song have that feel for today. It fits like it could be fitting both in 1975 and in 2021. So overall, when it comes to the Rumours, they're more straightforward hard rock sound that really takes a lot from the older stuff from the 70s and 80s. Works well because of the vocals that are over it. The vocals having more of this sex, drugs, rock and roll feel of Lizzie Hale with a little bit of throwback to Janis Joplin makes this song just a cool and fun listen, while also potentially driving you to go all in on your passions. I want to jam with this band at their next gig and then shoot some whiskey or tequila with them, all three of them afterwards. This song gets you that way.
Only if we can do a shot out of your belly button.
Yeah.
That's never happened before, but I'm all down for it. So yeah.
We're gonna pop that cherry.
There'll be lots of maintenance wipes.
There will be. Okay, because I know your phone's about to die, so I will end with 3 things. 1, because you will be out by this time this podcast comes out. This is what we'll do. Everyone listening, when it comes to the rumors, get in the know with them right now because we're going to do a part 2 to this. We're going to make sure it's done right, and we're going to make sure that there's a phone charger there. I'm calling that one out. So in the meantime, be sure to follow the Rumors on all their things. Be sure to follow them on all their socials. Check out their website. Check out their merch. Buy some merch as well. Check out the new song where you can stream it. And yes, in the description of the podcast, all of those links will be there for you, so make it easy as possible. Second is, now, again, if you guys want to take shots at my belly button, that's totally fine with me. If it's just normal shots, that's totally fine with me. But there is one caveat to that, and it's with bands that I enjoy having on the podcast. I always make this promise happen, so I'm extending it to you 3 as well. This is not an if, it's a when I get to see you play live for the first time. First round's on me.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so at that note, we cannot say goodbye because, again, that promise is there, and part 2 will be coming our way when that next song is ready to drop. So we're not going to end this with goodbye. We're going to end this with see you later.
Bye.
Well, folks, I've been in an interview with Carli, Ella, and Daniel from the band The Rumours. Part 1 of this interview because, yeah, we had to cut this one short. We could have easily kept going, and this band was fun as all hell to talk to. They were the shit, literally, and I want to keep talking to them once again. So this is part 1. Part 2 will come out when their next song drops. I want to make sure that one definitely happens because this was fun as all hell, and I can't wait to see this band live. I cannot wait to end up, being able to hang out with them, pay up on that first rounds on me thing, and just enjoy because this was fucking awesome. Let's keep rolling on this one. Let's keep doing this again. When it comes to the Rumors, again, find them on all their socials. Listen to all their music on any streaming service you have. Download whatever it might be. Check them out. Buy some merch. Links in the description of the podcast. Well, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart Radio. Also, if you're subscribed to the Chord Progression Podcast, thank you. Love you guys. If you are not and you're brand new here, you can subscribe here on the MSOD Rocks YouTube page, or you can subscribe to the Chord Progression Podcast on Spotify Podcasts and iHeartRadio. Please let's check out MSOD Rocks, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Follow us there for every other piece of content that we have. Links in the description below to follow us all those places. And on that note, that's going to be for me today, guys. Thank you for watching, listening to the Chord Progression Podcast, brought to you by MSOD Rocks, Rock and Will Thrive. My name is Kevin, and you guys know how I end every single one of these episodes with a big, healthy, and hearty see ya. Yeah.